Bashar.
Sure.
Aye.
I understand that you might have someone here from Sirius,
Aye.
and I've been working with the Sirius energy for several years, and I wondered if we could have something to give us about the Sirius energy as we work with it,
Aye.
and what he might say about how it connects with Sirius.
The idea, first of all, of what you call... All right. I will let him tell you. One moment. Is you all ready to time? In this way, the symbol that you have just perceived, the idea that you call in your language the dog, in this way is the symbol in your society of that which performs service. And this is the idea, the representation of what you call the Sirius energy that is represented by consciousness this evening your time, the idea of service itself, service within the society you have created yourself to be, service within the idea of recognizing yourself as an aspect of the unconditional, loving, infinite of all that is in this way. The idea of Sirius energy is that which represents in its triad, which is represented by the idea of your planet Earth, the idea of the civilization you call Esotony, the idea of the civilization you call the Sirius civilization, which is represented by the consciousness in each time. The idea is that it is a threefold trinary idea, you call it triad, each representing a different portion of a consciousness, a whole, total oversoul idea, which can be represented as the idea of your Earth, filling in the idea of the physiological, the idea of Esotony, filling in the idea of the mental, and the idea of Sirius, filling in the idea of the spiritual connotations of the idea of the oversoul that we represent together as a trinary formation in this way. Recognize the timing and the synchronicity of the idea of the hearing of the service of the symbol in this way in your society, the dog. For in this way, recognize that is why you have intuitively called the idea you call Sirius the star, the dog star in this way. In this sense, recognize it is the symbol of service in your society, and in this way, the idea of your willingness, your conviction, your action, your placing of your own hands, the placing of your own physicality upon the world around you, upon the world before you, that which you have created to see in your sight, that which you have created to see before you lay on the table, the spread of the natural table before you, that which you have to draw from, that which sustains you. In this way, all upon that table is what sustains you in your life. And in this way, as you draw from that idea, and knowing that you are nourished with every step you take upon the earth in this way, nourishes you yet again to perform more and more service and increase the accelerated idea of the transformational agent which you have now co-created to exist with everyone else upon your planet in this way. Are we being of assistance to you in this manner?
Yes.
The idea of the accepting of the willingness of having within yourself the placement of service in your society will only increase the bountiful riches that you experience within yourself to be. The idea of Sirius energy is one of fluid motion, the idea of what you might call spontaneous choreography, the idea of allowing yourself to know there are many levels of communication taking place between you and every other being within your society at all times, on all levels. Every level you can conceive yourself to exist upon. And in this way, allowing yourself more to be in touch as you are connected to the earth with all the other levels, knowing you are firmly anchored, firmly grounded, and in this way, reaping of the benefit of the earth's vibration as it shoots up within you and solidifies you so that you are a beacon that receives and is sensitized to all the other levels, knowing that because you draw your strength from the earth itself, from the plane in which you exist, none of these other levels that you are in touch with will ever overwhelm you. They will all manifest within you in the way that is appropriate to be manifested through you in your service, because as a beacon and an extension of the planet Earth in which you live in this way, you are then chosen and are expressing the idea of your choice to be of service in this way, and therefore you can simply know, trust, and take it for granted that you are connected to the infinite in this way, and anything that comes through you in this manner that you deem to be what excites you in the form of service as you perform it will always be put forth in unconditional love, in a loving way, and have a great and powerful impact and an effect upon your planet. Do you follow along?
Yes.
Is this being of service to you?
Yes, it is.
Is there anything else you wish to explore specifically within yourself?
Yes.
Indeed.
I've been doing it for over 4 years, running that service from bringing the Sirius energy in.
Hey! How have you been forming the idea of service in your planetary sphere? Do you perceive?
How do I perceive it?
How do you perform the idea of service in your planetary sphere?
By bringing the energies in and distributing it on the planet to different areas.
In what manner?
Through a meditation
Involving other individuals or yourself?
with individuals, as a group.
Recognize, therefore, the idea is that you are forming stabilization points around your planet in this way, acting as the idea of an energy vortex, acting as your own energy vortex, that is an alignment gate with all different levels of consciousness in this way. As you plant yourself at various positions around your planet, you then allow there to be the keying of the energization of that point in this way, an alignment of those forces, an alignment of the electromagnetic field of your world, so that therefore from that point forward it is as if you are planting flowers in the garden of your planet, and every time another individual will find themselves coming upon that location in which you have existed, in which you have aligned yourself in that way, they will come upon the fragrance of that flower you have planted and see it in full bloom. We thank you for your service in this way.
It's a great joy.
Can you talk more slowly?
We can modulate the energy to some degree.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bashar.
You may, in this way, refer to the as the nomenclature Chepop.
Chepop.
Proceed.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm getting to the point in my dreams where I'm no longer afraid of anything that I'm confronted with, or that it's really a wonderful place to be. I can't say that I've made that in my own physical life, but in my dreams that's true. I don't know how to explain it. Right before I came here to California about a month ago, I was in bed with my fiancé, and I had just done a meditation trying to connect with a consortium from the Pleiades, my spirit guides from the Pleiades. And it was...
Wait. All right, now you may proceed. Allow me, for the moment, to interact with you in this way, for you will find that at this time, because of blending taking place, the energy level of the Sirius energy, Chepop, in this way, will not be something that the physiological channel can sustain for very long. We will continue with you. You are, in this way, as you say, negotiating recognition and contact with Pleiadian energies. Continue.
Right. An entity was actually in my bed with me. And I talked to it. I couldn't move my body.
Okay.
Okay. At first there was
This is a very, very typical phenomena when you are half in and half out of your body. Because the idea is that you think you are still in it and you try to move in the ordinary way, and you cannot move in the ordinary way physically, so you feel you cannot move at all. You feel rigidized.
Right.
It is only because you are not moving in the astral way.
Well,
And it was on that plane that you met the other entity.
Yeah, I didn't feel threatened by this other entity.
Of course not. It is very loving.
Exactly. It was just very curious to me but there was a part of me that was a little fearful, and so in my mind I was speaking to my fiancé, and he actually woke up and turned around and hugged me. This entity was holding my hand and wanted to get closer. So I guess I had a little fear of it coming too close. I didn't know I don't know what that was. I don't know. Can you explain?
Recognize the idea of what you call the Pleiadian energy. This is what we can give you at this time, for there are many things still unfolding within your reality, and we cannot spoil all the surprises. But in this way, the idea of the Pleiadian energy is that they are in very many ways, quite literally, in terms of your overall Earth civilization, quite literally your brothers, your sisters, and your cousins.
Yes.
You are offshoots of the same grouping, and in this way you are reforming connections to those who love you there and to those who you love there.
Yeah, I could feel that. It was a little strange. It was a new experience.
That is all right.
This entity has come to me again But I asked if it was here to help me in my soul mission, which I feel very clear about. And if it wasn't, for it to leave my bed. And so it left my bed.
It left your bed primarily because you asked it to leave, because it sensed your uncomfortableness. Not that it cannot be of assistance, but the idea, of course, is that it is up to you.
When I'm ready.
Right.
Right. It was just, okay. All right. Thank you.
Thank you for the blending, and thank you for the crystallization of the vibrations 5 and 7.
Thank you.
One moment. There is now an opportunity, not so much for the exact, what you would call continuation of the Sirius energy, but in a sense an offshoot through another identity that now will begin a bit at a time, a little bit more often in this way, from this point forward, to interact with many of you. In this way, this transference will represent to some degree an ability for the physiological channel to embody the Sirius energy in a way that is manifestable without the idea of the physical channel becoming, as you say, taxed. Thus you will find that the idea will come through a secondary conduit, a conduit that has been very used to channeling the physiologicalized energy of the Sirius connection for many, many years, and thus in this way can form a bit of what you would call a buffer between the direct Sirius energy and the idea of the physiological channel, allowing the energy to come through in a manifestable way. One moment. Please sing your tongue and greet you. We sound to you and receive your echo. We share with you life. We share with you brotherhood, sisterhood. We share with you Mother Earth. We bring to you our love, our joy, our harmony, our sharing. We rejoice in you with what we perceive your choices to be now this time of your time, our time of our time, so that we may sing soon together. Waters of life that flow within your ancient dreams, waters of life that you are in our hearts always as we share our ecstasy. We will be communicate, as you say, communicate to our sing song with you again. We joyfully abound in and through the echo of your spirit, your soul, envelops the waters of our lives as we intertwine in love with you. We sing your song. We invite you to sing our song. We will sing together again. This individual will, from time to time, commence communications with you, and you will find that this individual will be most prominently of assistance beginning this night of your night, the night of dreams. For in this way you will find that this individual is what is termed in his society the dreamers. And in this way the dreamers have been assisting you for quite some time, and in this way are assisting in many of the ideas of your dream reality, communicating with you, sharing with you, and also through the idea of the bringing of new dreams into your planetary sphere, specifically the type of new dream you call physiological birth. This individual in time will create an association with you more strongly and more strongly felt. And as was pointed out to you, together you shall learn to sing each other's songs. In this way you will find that this individual and his physical counterparts are with you always, for it is representative of the consciousness of what you call one of your own dolphins. Hey!
What part of the Pacific is that dolphin?
The one you know to be the area you call your New Zealand. For therein, as we have discussed briefly, lies the specific group. You may call them a club if you will, but that is a misnomer, so to speak. And they are represented as the specific group of the dreamers.
Did Dale make specific contacts in Hawaii that he's able to now channel this energy?
There was much blending, and much of that blending has to do with the ability now to receive this love. We thank you.
Bashar?
Yay!
I just need to ask you,
neat.
Okay, the dolphin dream, when I was swimming with the dolphin under the water, really fast,
Yay.
what's happening? What happened? I felt great for the next...
The idea is that in your dream state, as we say, in an astral form, in an out-of-body form, you share many endeavors with many of the dolphins, and they with you. You swim together in the astral sea. Always. You are the two civilizations, so to speak, to use the term loosely, upon your planet. You are the two sentiencies.
Well, Bashar, I don't really know anything about Atlantis, and I've never had a dream. I've had water dreams before, but I've never had a dream about a dolphin. I've swum in the water, and I've done all kinds of, anti-gravitational kind of things. But as far as swimming with a dolphin,
You are now beginning to recognize those that communicate with you, whereas before it was amorphous.
is this going to?
Accelerate.
Yeah.
Yay.
Oh, good.
Also, it is an opportunity to bring that dream into physiological reality by physically interacting with them and entering their world.
In my dream.
In your physical life.
Dolphin?
Yes. There will also be, in times to come, an understanding of another grouping of dolphins that is very active and may become very much more interactive with you in the area you call your Japan.